Hello everyone, you know what I'm talking about here. This says on the title, but yes, we are talking about the Masters of the Universe Revelation, aka He-Man Revelations. And now, a lot of people are talking about, including me, because I am also a big fan of He-Man, even if I don't grow up in the 80s, but hey, this 16-year-old is into classics. But I am gonna be 17 in 4 weeks from when I'm writing the script for this. But anyhow, with that out of the way, let's begin with the review. Also, by the way, there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. You have been warned. Now, everyone is probably familiar what Masters of the Universe already is, and who He-Man is as well. Not talking about Prince Adam right now, that is for later, but in my reviews, I kind of like giving off a little info to people who may not know what the series is, etc. But Masters of the Universe is a toy line by Mattel in the 1980s, and there was a show by Filmation that was to promote the toys that being He-Man and Masters of the Universe. And it became popular from there, and there's a lot to talk about, even with its spin-offs of She-Ra, Princess of Power, but that deserves a video of its own, if I get to it, that is. There was a 90s He-Man called The New Adventures of He-Man, and a 2002 to 2004 He-Man reboot. We got a remake of She-Ra in 2018, and He-Man has returned with Kevin Smith on storyboard, and so that's what we are going to be talking about here. And I can talk about the remake of She-Ra, but I'm gonna make a YouTube video on that one on its own. We are gonna be talking about He-Man here. So let's get on with the revelations and what I thought about it. This is gonna be great. Sort of. Now let's get over this real quick. Now when everyone saw the trailer of Revelations and what we knew at the time, it was a sequel to the 80s He-Man, and when I saw the trailer, I kind of cringed a little because they used I Need a Hero song, Holding Out for a Hero, Bonnie Tyler. And all to me, I knew that it was going to be a sequel, not a remake like the 2002 He-Man. I haven't seen that one, only clips, so I don't know much about that, just to say it, but that's all I thought. Not the Revelation was going to focus on Teela, and not to mention, He-Man freaking dies. And that definitely ticked a lot of people off, even when they literally bring him back to life again, and he gets stabbed in the chest. I wonder if that was foreshadowed. But anyhow, that's what happened. I am pissed that he died in the first episode and got stabbed at the last episode of part 1 of Revelations. Which means, as people have been saying, Kevin Smith lied to us. Which is sort of I guess we didn't know it was focusing on Teela and that He-Man was gonna die. But this is Kevin Smith we're talking about, so I'm not actually that mad at him. I don't care that much. I get to be Persona 4... I get to be Persona 3 protagonist all I want, even in a He-Man review, okay? But let's get on with my thoughts before I spoil too many of it here. Now, what were my thoughts? Well, first of all, it was... Get up. And got reasons for saying this. Now, the casting was great, like Mark Hamill as Skeletor, so he played Joker in Fire Lord Ozai, let him be voice bad guys if he wants to. He's good on the Force and the dark side. See that pun I just did there? Adam's transformation sequence into He-Man was great too. Love the Sailor Moon style. Sailor Moon is just too iconic, so it just is not a surprise that you might see a similar style to it in the modern day transformations, even if it's not in Japan related. I even love the music that goes with it too, a good new style compared to the old, and finally Teela finds out that Adam's He-Man, but too late because he dies. Also, when did all the other stuff and new characters and old after He-Man's death and Magic is dying and Anja was a good character, I have to say. Triclops literally started a cult. And there was just a lot going on in the first season of 5 episodes for Revelations, and right when they are gonna bring back He-Man after getting back at him, they literally say that he cannot go back to that heaven where they were at. And so that means, I don't know, if he dies again, he can't... Oh yeah, he got stabbed. And to tell you, when Adam got stabbed was literally screaming like magical cinnamon when Uru and Homura kissed. But I was not screaming in love. That happened, of course. I obviously was screaming in no, I was screaming in are you kidding me fashion. Like, I just don't want him to die again. If you want it to be more focused on Teela, then I'd rather what happened in the last episode, that he is like wounded badly more something, because they went through all that just to bring him back to life. And Orko's now dead. There's just like a lot I could say, but I don't want to spoil it too much. Even if I just went over the major parts in the Revelations Part 1. Also, no one forgot about the episode in the 80s series called Teela's Quest, right? I'm sure no one forgot. Remind everyone that they say that Teela was the sorceress's daughter, right? I wonder if that is still canon. I don't know. So yeah, as you can tell by how I reacted to my voice and words, I did like it and gets it 5 stars for me, but story otherwise gonna need to prove that it's gonna be good even more in part 2. Anyhow, we won't find out until part 2 of Revelation comes. So everyone who is in anger of how Revelation is going, I understand you, but I don't want to see I do want to see where this is going and what's going to happen after episode 5. I have high expectations. Hopefully Adam does not die again. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up before I have a headache from having to explain what I thought of He-Man Revelations Part 1. I don't know if I can recommend it, since it's sort of getting a somewhat poor reception. It's getting from some fans, but it isn't all that bad, even if I just went on a rant on what I hate about Part 1. But I don't want to give up on it, and I want to see what happens next and see where it's gonna lead. So I would say that's up to you to watch it. The storytelling is great, and I know it will get better. This isn't the end, and the animation is awesome too. Like, they have Japanese dub for this, and if I can recognize, I think Daisuke Ono is Prince Adam He-Man. That's what it sounded like to me. But if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. And so let's just end the review here. I really liked it, He-Man Revelations. It is still good, I have to say, and I have hope Part 2 can prove it by showing that it's got a lot going on that is awesome. Anyways, if you did know, Masters of the Universe does have a YouTube channel where you can find all full episodes of the 80s He-Man, She-Ra, and 90s He-Man. I do recommend checking out the channel. It's really fun to see old episodes, especially for me who love classics a lot. Anyways, this is the end. See you around, everyone. Goodbye. Also, I'm gonna rename this version of He-Man as He-Man Tamae, if you know what I mean.